Welcome to Munger Vision, Channel 15 Sports, Public Access Television. We've got Rutland taking on Colchester. We're going to get the Rutland starting lineup for you on the PA system from Ken Nelson. You're at Alumni Field on a cloudy day, nice and cool, mid-60s the temperature, but there is a strong breeze blowing. Rutland coming in with 1 win, no loss. That 7-4 win over Middlebury. As we go and get the introductions now for today's starting lineup for the Raiders. They'll be in their home whites, trimmed out in red on the bottom. They've taken on the Colchester Lakers, who have the blue tops, white bottoms, and 40-minute halves. Overtime if necessary. Golden goal is the rule in OT. As you get the starting lineups, it is good to see Jibo back in the lineup. Remember, she left the game early against Middlebury as she was taken down on a tackle that seemed to have nicked her knee up, but she's back out there today, and it's good news for Rutland.
Number 10, Captain Alyssa Roy. Number 18, Captain Heidi Robin. Number 23, Captain Kat McGrath. And the rest of the Rutland Raiders. Rutland is coached by Larry McClellan, assisted by Mike Clevenger. Would you please now rise and remove your hats to the playing of our national anthem?
Moss, she'll be getting the start in net today for Lori McClellan's Raiders. She came in and played the second half against Middlebury, gave up 2 goals. And at the other end of the field, we'll have Jessica Hollenbeck. She'll be in net for Colchester Lakers. This is a good matchup for Rutland right here. It's an early season non-league game against a northern team. A lot of good athleticism, good size, good speed on Colchester. Rutland 7 goals in that first game against Middlebury. Middlebury, no slouch, very solid club themselves. And by her own admission, Coach McClellan knew her strengths and her assets coming into the season. Scoring goals was going to be a plus. Getting her defense in line was going to be a project she was working on, and we'll see how they progress after 1 game and another practice. And Rutland will have the opening touch here, the first possession to get things going. Alyssa Roy, one of the captains, number 10 out there, right at the center spot, and she had a two-goal game herself, as does Morgan Jibo, number 19. And we're underway and we're set to go. And again, perfect condition, I think, for other than a little bit windy, but nice condition to be playing soccer. Sun won't be a factor in the goalie's eyes. And the weather, not humid at all. And Rutland, with the opening touch, has the possession and trying to work the ball down in deep. Colchester will swarm to the ball, and that'll be popped up, and it'll be settled down by Bond. Emily Bond herself had an outstanding game against Middlebury. It's sent in by Houston. They're trying to come to the side to Blongy. Blongy with her first varsity goal in the Middlebury game. That'll be sent in on the net, and it'll be popped free. No whistle. And they're trying to work it out back in front, and no Raider can get there and get a foot on the ball. And that was a good job by the official letting them play through, because no possession was really established on that. And that's going to be out through the inline, and Hollenbeck will have a goal kick. So good scramble. And you know what really looked nice there was the patience Rutland showed once they got possession on the opening touch. They had a little problem initially working the ball down into the box, but they kept it to the outside and waited for something to open up. And we'll have a goal kick taken out by the sweeper. And you can see it caught up in that wind, got knocked down. And I believe that was 21 Weed that took that kick, but I will double check. And you can see the Raiders already reacting nicely. As much speed as they have, they're going to be well matched today against Colchester. And right there's some good speed breaking down the sideline. Nice defensive help as Robin steps up and really supported that ball well defensively. And a throw in on the far side by the Lakers in the blue uniforms. And that'll roll out of play, and we should have a red possession. We'll have a Rutland possession. And that's Robbins on the far side with the soccer ball. This is an 11 o'clock start time in the morning. I know I'm tape delayed, but just trying to give you a feel. We're not under the lights. That's why I mentioned the sunlight would not be a problem today since it's a very muted sky. especially for the goalies, have to look back into the sun. That's settled and sent and works to the center of the field where it's taken down. There's been one good scoring chance that belongs to Rutland right now. They'll go up over the top, and they had a lot of success with this against Middlebury. And Blondie comes in, and Hollenbeck will scoop it up, and she'll have her first punt of the game. And it's going to come and land just in the circle, not quite to center field. And Houston got it to Chen. Chen on that little pass on the left side. They're going to work it backwards to go forwards, and Bond trying to split the defense. That was a good help right there defensively by Colchester as they didn't allow that split to develop. You see McGrath, and I'll read the rosters for you for Rutland a couple different times today. And that's going to be settled down. Boucher, I believe, number 21. You'd be surprised how different the game looks under the lights through the camera lens as opposed to in the daylight. It's a lot easier to pick the numbers up today in the natural lighting than it is at night with the illumination of the electrical lights. And on the throw, and that's going to be settled. And Colchester went to the left foot, tried to get it in deep, and that's just well defended right there. Rutland had it pretty much clogged up down the center of the field, and everything sticks to the outside right now for Colchester. This is just going to be driven over to the Raider bench. You can see the pickup on that side by the bench player, and it'll be Colchester now right in front of Rutland's home side of the field to get set to toss it in. Claire Mosh yet to see a shot in net for Rutland, and that's going to be settled down. And big foot into it, and that's going to be headed right back into play. That was Robbins originally that set the foot into it, and then Boucher, Kayla Boucher, as there's Kayla number 21 and Ashley number 11 out there. Ashley Boucher had a goal in the Middlebury game. Like I said, a couple of players with 2 goals apiece in that Middlebury game, but overall, really nice balanced scoring for Rutland. And that just came to a screeching halt, and then the ball will be sent back, and Bond got good height advantage, which, you know, with those long legs is a big advantage to keep the ball away from the defender, but she's got such light moves. She's very nimble, very quick, very athletic, and this is going to be Kayla Boucher with the throw in number 21, and she'll get set, survey the field, and goes long over the top, and that was well marked, but the ball placed down for Gibo, pushes it into the corner. Will it stay in play for her? No. She'll run out of field, and we'll have a goal kick coming up for Colchester. We're just underway, 35:56 left to go. We played just a little over a minute, 4 minutes. I'm sorry. And like I said, the only scoring chance was by Rutland. That came very early in the contest. Other than that, I would not be surprised to see a 4-3, 3-2, 5-4. You know, something with some goals, but with a flow to it, because both teams have, like I said, speed is a beautiful thing to watch. You're going to see a lot of it out on the field today. It's McGrath, Kat McGrath, on that far side. Played, rolls up the leg, and Colchester just wants to clean it up and dump it back out to midfield. And that will be miskicked, be out of play on the far side, and it should be a white throw. And I'm just waiting. It's going to be McGrath. There she is, 23, that will take the throw, get the ball, and get set to go. Basically right at midfield, just a tad bit beyond, once you let's see ball fly, and that never had a chance. It'll become Colchester now with the throw going the other way. You see Robbins over there, and again, same deal, working too close to the sideline, lost out of bounds. Colchester will move up about 10 yards to take the throw. There's an over-the-top heave, and it'll roll to the corner, and see Robbins again shut off the path, trying to go down, but last touch by Colchester. And it'll be Rutland's McGrath taking and getting the ball going. Remember, it took Rutland 35 seconds against Middlebury to score their first goal of the year. And then in the second half of that game, it took them 21 seconds. Not the fast start today, but they have had some, even though we're very early, they've had a bulk of the possession time here in this contest. And we'll roll out of play and we'll have a throw. On that far side of Alumni Field, it's a little bit breezy, but overall, you know, we haven't had a corner yet. We'll see how the wind affects the corner kicks to get a real feel for the direction of which way that wind is swirling around down there. And it's going to roll out of bounds. And coming down will be Rutland, and then they'll have McGrath take the throw again. Nice mix on that roster for Rutland. We mentioned it the other night. When I read through it, I'll go through the grades again, but there are a mix of freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and good leadership on the seniors. Don't forget the juniors have a lot of experience from last year, playing at the varsity level. And Colchester with the step up and want to get it in the box. There it is, and the shot's going to be blocked down. That was a nice job by Kayla Boucher coming over to race the shot, as the defender never really got the angle, and it's going to be out of bounds. We'll have a white throw. As they wanted to back up a little bit, but again, you can already see the Rutland defense look a little different look than what we saw the other night against Middlebury. One thing right there was excellent communications, and then Caleb Boucher never let the offensive player for Colchester get around and square up. And that's played off a Rutland head, and this opens up the field tremendously. Robbins trying to get back in position, and Moss down there to close up the 5-hole will make the save. That was looking like a serious scoring threat at first, because that went off a Raider head in the wrong direction, and that sprung open the Colchester player. And so Colchester with their first shot on net. Comes with 32.5 minutes to go, and they want the corner, they want a center. There's the cross, there's the ball. Again, somebody got in front of them. I believe it was Boucher again. As Colchester's starting to get those bus legs gone, and that's going to be sliced wide of the net. Oh, she lined it up and hammered it, but it was wide of the net. And that's 2 chances in a row now for Colchester. And we'll have a goal kick on the far side and of the box. It'll be, looks like Robbins down there that will get set to launch it. And she got just about 20-25 yards on the kick. And it's going to bounce around, stay near the midfield area, and it's going to be set ahead by Blongi. With a short pass picked off, rolls to this near side, and it is going to make the chalk line. Will be out of bounds. And Colchester hurrying up. They want to get the tempo going here. They want to get the ball and get the throw and get everything kind of moving. Play a little fast break soccer. And that's really the key to it. When you watch these teams, any team play, and it looks like it will make out of bounds, and it will. You want to keep the tempo. Don't let the defense get their marks, get set on the mark. You want to get the ball, get the throw in, and everything's got to be pick it up pace-wise. That's going to come into Moss, and she makes a little indecisive play, but she will bury it underneath her. She got caught between a hop and a thought and comes up with the save. And that's 2 good chances now that Moss has got to be feeling into the ball game after those shots by Colchester, who now takes a lead on the shots attempted. It's scoreless still, and Rutland trying to use that outside area to let their speed get going. Oh, what a move by Roy, and then she'll dump it down inside, and that's hung back, well defended, ball loose and gathered in by Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck getting on the grass, and I'll tell you, soccer coaches like to see goalies that will get down on the ground like that. And that was a misheader, and settled down by Boucher, goes in and bodied off the ball, kept her balance. Oops. Yeah, she did keep her balance, but she must have just nicked the line. That's quite an act, though. They were tightrope walk there for a second and not go out of play, as Rutland will try to counter the latest pressure by Colchester with some of their own possession time here and some of their own shots on net. That's going to be headed in toward, but not in the box. And tell you, Colchester playing back, waiting for that long over-the-top kick style game on that latest attempt by Rutland. And that's at the feet, and Robbins fighting, Robbins staying with it. Nice tough job by Heidi Robbins. But you got to have a player who'll go in there and do the dirty work like that, and she's really strong young lady, and she did a good job of standing up the Colchester player right there. And so I completely lost the ball. There it is.
Number 7, Marissa Harris.
Marissa Harris, number 7, coming in for Colchester now. One of the first subs of the game. We're 0-0. We got a push from behind. It's going to be Colchester ball. We are 29.5 minutes to go in the opening half. We play 40-minute halves, and again, overtime if necessary, and this will be a kick. And the wind is at the back of Colchester right now, and that's going to hit down, carry in, get to the box, and Moss will pick it up. That time she had quite a wall of white shirts in front of her. Her teammates did a nice job of really protecting her, and she's kicking into the wind right there, and that really showed it as it got up in the wind and died down. And Blongi will come out to the outside with that little soft pass and send it down the sideline. It's going to stay in and be kicked out, and it should be Jibo got there and forced the play, as Caleb Boucher now will get set number 21 to take the throw, and we're looking for that corner, and we'll find a vacated spot. Unfortunately, there's a blue jersey right there, and she will just let it go out of bounds, and we'll have a kick coming up for the Lakers in the blue uniforms. And that is their sweeper, number 20, Lindsay Weed, who's taking the kicks here in this opening half, and I imagine throughout the contest, unless she's on a sub or injury, but usually your sweeper hangs in there the whole game. Well, she got a nice float on the ball, and it will hit down at the football 30 and take a favorable bounce past Leah Houston. Bond right there, though, and she's able to pick the pocket and get the offense going the other way. And here comes Roy sending the ball through the box and into the hands of Hollenbeck, who'll scoop it up, and she got it just ahead of Gibo. And straight up this time, a little bit shorter kick, and Melissa Roy, number 10, working on that far side of the field, nicked the chalk line, and it'll be a throw for Colchester. Game picking up with a really nice flow now, nice pace to it. And there's a lot of talent on the field on both sides, so this should be a well-played game, which makes it entertaining to watch. Watching PEGTV, Channel 15, public access television. It's Munger Vision bringing you soccer again this season. Had field hockey the other day, Rutland with a 3-2 overtime win over Middlebury in field hockey. And there we go, McGrath had to find number 23, and she'll throw the ball in now down near the far corner. And it'll go off from Boucher right to a teammate. She wants to set it up, cross it, and just couldn't hook it around the wing and get it out in front of the net. We will have a corner. Okay, so that's what happened. First corner of the contest. There's that ball touched by the Lakers through the in-line, and it'll become... Well, I'm trying to do my directions. North to south kick right now. And you can see the flag right there behind the Rutland player. Going to serve it up here. I was kind of wagging, but I had a nice hook on it. But Lakers, like I said, had a lot of height in their warm-ups. I was watching the players warm up, and they had that pretty well defended on as far as any headers go. Rutland, other than Bond, not really a tall team, which does work against you if you try and serve up the corner and get it on a header. And boy, that's a great battle for the ball right there, and it's still going on. That was quite a little bumping and grinding, trading pain, and good step up right there by Rutland. That was Robbins that stepped up and stopped the progress coming forward. Then that's Boucher. And Boucher's looked very strong. Caleb Boucher looks very good here defensively in his first half of play for Rutland, as they're taking on Colchester today on Channel 15, and we are at a scoreless contest as we are nearing the 26 minutes left to play mark. Almost played 14 minutes here of this half. Rutland has been outshot, but they have the only corner of the game. And that's going to be sent in, and Claire Moss will pick it up. And again, you see the nice progression of white shirts down the field to get there and really take away any follow-up on a shot, or you let any trail player get in on it, and that's going to be out of play. And I missed the call, but it looks like it's going to be blue throw, and that's what we have right in front of the Colchester bench. And that should be settled. Oh, they tried a little reverse kick out. Alyssa Roy, one of the captains, will spin away now, and nice crafty little play there. Nifty move by Roy. But again, you see how well Colchester is marking up. And you've yet to see Rutland be able to use that breakout speed like we did see the other night against Middlebury. And that will, that'll make the chalk line. We'll have Rutland take the throw, and Boucher will hustle up, number 21. And now she will have to wait as we have substitutions coming in, and Boucher will be one of the, well, she dropped the ball like she was going to come out, but...
Number 3, Elizabeth Pettiani.
So number 2 and number 3 coming in. Number 2 is Corey Gibo coming in the ball game on a substitution. Pettiani, number 3 in there, and number 8 Rice for Rutland. So that's the 3 subs. And that's going to come up and be settled down near the football 30. And Rutland again getting some fresh legs in there. And Rice, one of them right there, number 8, running stride for stride, and little incidental contact. They'll go down, and a very late whistle, and now I believe they're going to have an infraction right there where the trip occurred, in the push, and they'll have a kick coming up just about midfield. So as they look to go over the top, you can see how quick they got things going. I wasn't even set as I was taking a glance over the top of the camera, and Rutland back in good shape defensively right there. It's Leah Houston. She'll swivel, pivot, and kick it out of bounds, and everybody will get their mark down, so they'll take the throw in just about at the 25-yard line. We're at 24 minutes.
Number 8, Ashley Mitchell.
If Mitchell, number 8, comes back in for Colchester. Like I said, Rutland with Middlebury already taken off their schedule. They had a 7-4 win over the Tigers, and now Colchester coming down. It's nice to see some of the different opponents and the teams from above the Middlebury-Dixon line there. As you see, Corey Gibo in good position, and that's going to be off Claire Moss's hands, and she will jump on top of it. That is one thing in the pregame warm-up that Coach Coppinger, the goalie coach, assistant coach, working with both goalies, was just a drill just like that. where if they see the ball, knock the ball down, but can't control the rebound, they were making sure to scramble to it, and it paid off right there because there was some traffic around Claire Moss. So much more shorthanded grab by Moss right there, and she's seen quite a bit of action now in the first half of play. Some goalies you talk to like that. Some like to limit how many chances they get, but some of them, the more work they get, the more in a rhythm they get. Now also don't forget, these shots are not one-on-one breakaway penalty type kicks where you're under a lot of stress. You got a good view of these shots. You're coming from outside the edge of the box, so these are the kind I think that would help you develop a rhythm more than an ulcer from having to face point-blank shots. That's going to be one of the Raider players slipping down was Corey Gibo, and now they're looking for that long ball. Petiani in position, got a piece of it, and yep, they got behind her, and there's the first goal of the game. Goes to Colchester, and a nice move to extend the leg to get the kick, and the ball in that far corner as Moss came out to play the short post angle. And I'm just, looks like 13. Yep, that's the goal score. So Kristen Schmidt will have the first goal of the game, make it 1-0. Came at 22:33 left to play, so Dick rounded off 17.5 minutes into this soccer game. Colchester Schmidt will give them the lead at 1-0. Initially, Rutland looked like they were back in good position defensively. But I'll tell you, that's just a nice effort to extend the leg going down.
Number 13, Kristen Schmidt.
So Kristen Schmidt will officially be given credit on the goal. Rutland for the first time this regular season playing from behind.
Entering the game for Colchester, number 22, Danny Isabel, and number 6, Melissa Guyette.
So Isabel 8 and Guyette 6 into the ball game for Colchester. I'll check my numbers on that. I think I have one of them wrong, but that's going to be a good chance now to see how Rutland responds to being down in the game. You know we have a ton of time left, and that's going to stay in play, and it's going to be off one of the Rutland Lucian's in there, number 12, Angie Lucian. This is Bond, and she'll make the move, try and take it wide, and now she'll just serve a through ball, and it'll be picked up by Lucy into the corner, and coming across is Colchester, and they'll wave the ball out of bounds. It'll become a Rutland throw, and it'll be Kayla Boucher making the track all the way down from just about the 30-yard line in. And she'll reappear in a second. She goes behind the electrical pole, and she got it into the edge of the goalie box, but there was no support on the ball, and Petiani there, number 3, pressuring the ball, and will work itself back up towards the center of the field. And Colchester with a nice little touch, reverse pivot, gets the ball over midfield, and Rutland will recycle. And getting set is Lucian out there, now announced into the ball game. That's Gibo, and she'll send it Morgan Gibo. She was looking for Roy, and Roy will be just a step late as the ball is cleared back up to the 35, and they'll be dumped in and into Hollenbeck's hands, and she had a good view of the ball, no pressure coming down on her, and she'll look for the punt, and not a bad one at all. It was settled down on the foot trap by Rutland. That was Bond, I believe, Emily Bond, as Gibo was able to get to the top of the arc, and her teammate able to slightly redirect it to the top of the box, but not in, and that's going to be goal, Rutland! Emily Bond from about 25 yards out will tie the game up at 1-1. Oh, they left just enough field open for her, and she got it, and we're tied at 1. And I'm telling you, I like these games now where we're getting goals. So 1-1. Didn't take long for Rutland to respond at all to the Colchester goal. Again, great placement. Remember, Hollenbeck extended far as she couldn't get to it, and just like that,
Number 6, Leah Houston.
Leah Houston will get credit for the assist on the Emily Bond goal. Like I said, Bond coming off an excellent effort against Middlebury. Will be rewarded today for her hard work with the goal. It's going to be Rutland with the throw. We're at 20 minutes to go. We're at the halfway point of the first half. It's been a very good soccer game. And again, they have a new, I don't know what you want to call it, but the VPA or the High School Association set up a website for any school, any sport called www.viewmyschedule.com. And when you go to that website, it just lists all those high schools in the state of Vermont. You click the school you want, and it opens up to all the sports that school has. And you click the sport that you want, and it tells you the schedule. Say if you want to know Colchester soccer schedule. You just go to viewmyschedule.com, and you can see when they play, where they play, what time they play. And same thing for Rutland and Mill River and all that stuff. So that's kind of cool. Rutland, of course, still has a sports hotline, which is 773-1962. You can call that, and it'll tell you what's going on for that day's events, where, when, and if there's cancellations or reschedules and all that good stuff. And then there's always PEGTV, which is his website at www.pegtv.com. Not only can you get information there about the schedule, but all about PEGTV. And if you need, they're holding up play right now for the substitution for Lakers. Laurel Chen, number 14, coming in for Rutland for Leah Houston. But Sam's Good News has the TV listings for all PEGTV, Channel 15, Channel 20, and Channel 21. So in a 1-1 game here, off the Emily Bond goal, you can see Rutland playing a little ping pong right there. Now they'll step back into it, and that's going to be headed down, and oh, great effort, but it goes out of play. That was Lucian who made that superb effort, but couldn't really keep it in play. I would give her half a point for credit there for all the effort. Boucher will track the ball down, pick it up. Well, track the ball down on the track. I didn't mean to. I saw the track and the ball, and it kind of just triggered that dim light bulb in my head and put that all together. As Rutland will have it, and it's going to be Chen. Chen staying with it. Chen making them go backwards. Chen being tough out there. That's a great job defensively by Laurel Chen, and that's going to be all the way over to Coach McClellan. You can see the nifty move. She still got it. She can still be playing out there. Mike Coppinger to her, well, my left, her right. And that's going to go off from the head of Rice out of bounds to Colchester. They quickly will fire the ball in. And Petiani with a nice mark there, taking away any traffic lane coming to the inside where we could have entered the box. Corey Gibo out there, still number 2 for Rutland, and that's going to be offside. First offside of the soccer game as we are at 17.5 minutes to go. And see Robbins will get set. And right now that wind that was, well, I'd say particularly strong at the start of the contest is really pretty much died right out now. And it was headed, then settled, and now sent in, and you can see Colchester trying to get the angle on Robbins, and I believe that's going to become just a goal kick. Or he called a corner on that. Looked like it was last touched by Colchester. Yeah, and it's going to be a goal kick coming up as it goes through the end line. Robbins will just bring it over. Looks like she'll mark it up on the near side of the box, and she'll get set with 17 minutes even left to go in the first half. It's Colchester's goal scorer, number 13, Schmidt, back in the ball game for the Lakers.
And number 13, Jamie Herbert.
Jamie Herbert in the game for Rutland, number 13, and Megan Blongi reinserted, number 24. As that will be cleared up and takes a little skip, and you can see the tempo has been pretty decent. It's Lucian right there trying to bring the ball up and out. We'll just get it going forward. They need one more kick to clear, and Gibo can't spin around fast enough to get it. And it'll be Colchester taking the throw right down in front of the bleacher area. And nope, they're going to switch around. Rutland, Boucher will have it. So Kayla Boucher having another solid performance here today. Went to lob it in and went over the head of Bond, and still gets to a teammate though. And that last turn on the step, and boy, this is where Rutland's got to really know their bearings on the field of where they are. Got a smart play. Work the ball to the outside when you're having your teammates like Colchester, your opponents, like Colchester, bearing down on you. Don't keep the ball in the center and keep going retreating with it. Clear to the outside. That was one of the problems they had with Middlebury, was they would just keep getting the ball sucked down in like a vacuum in the funnel down into the box area, and that's going to be out of play. And there is a whole other substitution. Okay, so that's all the breaking actions right now. Is we're letting the subs come in. As Tardella will take the throw, number 15 for Colchester. Colchester scoring first. It was Schmidt that got the goal, and then Rutland answered by having Emily Bond launch one in. And that will skip, and 50-50 ball, and yeah, we're going to have Rutland possession. They'll have a kick from the 30-yard line as Chen hit the deck on the contact, and that was what the whistle was for. There's been no cards yet in today's game. There was a yellow card issued to Middlebury late in the contest in that 7-4 Rutland win. And that's just going to bounce around, and they're looking to send it through, and Gibo well marked today. I'll tell you right now, Colchester knowing where number 19 is out there for Rutland. Gibo Trying to take the corner, brings it that one dribble wider. There's the cross. It's beautiful, and Hollenbeck will have it for the Lakers. So Gibo trying to find a little open real estate today. And Bond will step up. And Bond will reach back. The ball was cleared off her foot at the last second. Nice second effort by Colchester. And yeah, that'll go out of bounds. That looked like it might come right back to a Raider player, but as I'm watching Herbert, but she doesn't have the ball. I thought she was getting in position for a throw, but she was getting in position for a mark, so that ball will go up and reach midfield on the header. Yep. And Colchester right out of midair wanted to send it. And a nice job right there. Boucher with the nice mark and a read, and then kept the ball from going any further in, and that's going to come back. And Blongy, a nice soft pass out to Herbert with that good speed. Will get there and just nick the chalk line. Boy, she had everything kind of going forward, but just did come up shy of field on that far edge here of Alumni Field. 1-1 the score. We're in the first half of play. We're under the halfway point, and you see Robbins again, nice job. Goes outside, forces the play, and a lot of oohs and ahs on that play from the spectators, but you should see how physical the game was the other night against Middlebury. And it'll come back. I had to straighten the tripod out, excuse me. And that's going to be Moss on it. Yeah. Claire Moss out there for Rutland. Surrendered the 1 goal, but made a lot of saves. I believe that's her 6th save of the game. She faced 7 shots. And we are at 13 minutes to play in the first half. And it's going to be a white throw is the call. And Blongy will go over, but she will not pick up the ball. And there we go. See how the players walked by it?
Number 10, Alyssa Roy.
That's just to screw me up. So Alyssa Roy coming in back into the contest, captain for one of the captains for Rutland, along with McGrath and Robbins. And that's going to be off a Colchester foot and out of play. And Rutland just have a throw in from deeper down inside their offensive end. Yeah, so they'll get it started, and they'll just go short and came back to Roy, and that's going to be dumped right out. And it'll just be a Rutland throw again. This time Roy will take it herself. Number 10 over on that far side, right on the red track, gets the running start, and we'll come back and find Bond, who gave it right back to Roy. She'll cross the ball to the top of the arc, and hold there. Yeah, they're going to call that. I kept the camera in the right spot, and Gibo called for the tackle, and it'll be a kick coming up now. You see him bring the ball back. Yeah. I think it was more she lost her balance and was just grabbing at anything when she was falling and took the Laker down, and she would never have done that on purpose. No. Good deep kick will work itself back in. And see Rutland really reacting nice on the defensive support today. I'm sure that's something they worked on in after the Middlebury game, is that they're not getting isolated and broken down one-on-one coverage on their marks like they were in the Middlebury game. This is much more a communicative team type of swarming defense we're seeing tonight. Oh, nice run through the ball, and they took the throw in, no question, no whistle, so it must have been Colchester ball, and that'll be out of play. And should be a white throw now with 11:22 to go in the first half of play. It's been a very well-paced, well-played first half. 1-1 the score.
Number 9, Megan Schindler.
And Megan Schindler, you just see her for a second there in the camera. She's coming to the ball game for the Raiders, as that's a flying half leap kick there. And again, Bond able to be so strong and hold the defender off on her back. That will go through to Hollenbeck, and she'll pick it up and get set for the punt. Yeah, she's going to punt the ball here. And then Bond will just take it right on the turf on the bounce and put it right up to Roy. She'll take the Roy very solid. See, she can take the bump and just keep her position on the field. Very strong young lady, and that's going to be out of bounds, and it'll be a white throw right at almost dead center. You can see him get set for, again, just a short throw, everything marked long, as the Colchester Lakers have not let the Rutland Raiders use that long kick to set up that fast break style of play. And Colchester right there got the ball into play and got a little momentum going forward here, and there's a lot of turf open, and they're hustling to get back, and that'll be the outside of the net. They'll dodge a bullet there. And what they're going to check right now is make sure the net didn't pull free from those tie wraps that they secure it to the PVC post with. So with 10 minutes to go, a good rush down the field by the Lakers. One of the few times they've been able to get out and get left alone like that. And there's a sub coming in. That's why we're having a Little lull in the action right now. And it's a Rutland sub, and we'll pick up.
Number 23, Kat McGrath.
So McGrath back in there for Rutland after a brief rest. And again, Coach McClellan very liberal about using her bench, which keeps her kids fresh, her players fresh late in the contest. Plus, if you're going to go through all the practices and effort and everything, you know, you get to play if you're on Coach McClellan's team. Boy, see how physical that play was right there? I mean, I have no problem with it. Schindler played that very well. Took the bump in behind. It looked like Jeff Gordon in NASCAR bumping Dale Earnhardt from behind there. But Schindler able to keep her balance and then work the ball into a Rutland possession. And that's going to be McGrath trying to bowl. Brings it up to Boucher, who's gone to the far side of the field after playing on this near side for so long. Now they communicate and they get back on the correct positions. It's going to be Robbins, and I believe we have a goal. Should have a goal kick, and that's what we will have coming up for Rutland with 8:49 to go in the first half of play. You're watching Channel 15 Sports from Alumni Field, Rutland girls soccer action. And again, just congratulations to the Rutland field hockey teams. They got their first win of the year over Middlebury, 3-2 in overtime. As Hannah Holshear had a 2-goal game, got the winning goal. And Eliza Casella had the assist on the game-winning goal. Now again, I know we're tape delayed, but really, you should get up and catch a field hockey game live. I mean, it's a great sport. Rutland got a pretty decent team this year. And you should come up and watch the soccer live. Got the Loisel tournament coming up, the Rutland boys tournament, the Harry Loisel tournament. Coming up mid-September. You can see the shot come in. We had an offside, second offside against Colchester. Both offsides have been against Colchester, and this will send Robbins over, and she'll get set and she'll take the kick. And it's marked right where the offside took place. That's why she's not on the edge of the goalie box. She went high in the air and boy, got it to her teammate, but she was well marked. That's Lucia, number 12, who was being dogged from behind by the Lakers defender, and each team marking extremely well. There's been very rare cases, actually for Rutland, other than Bond's goal. They have been pretty well marked and held in check offensively, and there's just been a couple chances for Colchester where they've been able to actually get out and get in the open. And Colchester, with 7:12 left to go here in this first half, has possession. They'll turn fire, and boy, they squirted it through. There was about 3 sets of legs that were there, and that's going to be over the top of the crossbar and out of play. That was one of those instances where the ball just had eyes and got to the right spot. It'll be interesting to see what Coach McClellan does, if she'll start Moss in the second half or if she will go to Mollison. Now, on the other night against Middlebury, each goalie played half the game. Because it was a great pass to the umpire. He misplayed it out of bounds, but he's going to say blue ball. But it'd be interesting because it's almost like Moss has kind of got into a comfort zone, a little bit of a groove down there. In a 1-1 game. Non-league or not, these are big index points for Rutland. That's going to be bouncing around, and that'll be off a Laker foot and out of bounds. It'll be chased down by Boucher, and we'll have a goal kick coming up, and it should be Robbins taking it. And now it's going to be McGrath, so they switched Robbins with McGrath, so it'll be Kat McGrath, number 23 down there, who will launch this one as we near the 6-minute to play mark. And what I will do is just stay hanging around at the end of the half, before when the half starts, to go to their break, and I'll read the Rutland roster for you. That's good help, good defense right there. And again, they brought it wide to get it out of trouble. They'll turn and they'll be out of play, and it'll be Rutland going back on the defense here as Colchester will get set to get the throw-in. But right there, that hasn't happened a lot. She got some space and just sent it wide. Right idea. She got inside around the 15-yard line. And boy, if you're going to give up that much grass, she's going to take the shot. And again, that was one of Rutland's problems the other night. As McGrath will get set here, is just kind of letting that middle of the box float free. And that's the second time we've seen it in the last few minutes. Short kick picked right out midair by Colchester, and that's going to be McGrath. He'll stay in play, and I believe what did go off, blue jersey, would be Rutland with the ball. So if either team can manage a goal here and late, it's 5 minutes to go in this half, I think that would be a big pick-me-up as far as going to the halftime huddle and starting the second half off. As we're at 1-1, And Colchester would spend a lot of time possession in the last 2.5 minutes on their offensive side of the field. And Rutland doesn't want to get bottled up again like they were bottled up around the 6-minute mark being played when Colchester got their goal. Boy, Bond able to reach through and just wrap her leg around and send it forward. And watch a lot of, yeah, it's a physical game, and they're going to call that, and it's a push on Roy. But they pushed Roy, and it'll be a kick for Rutland. And there's physical, and then there's ones that you can't look the other way. You're going to make the call, and that was one of those ones where you got to call. I think it was the extension of the arm on the shove, and it's going to be blue ball, and Tardella will get it into play, and will roll to the 45, and Colchester with that short pass to midfield, and then the follow-up, and he'll just drive it through this time, and McGrath had it for a second, tried to send it in deep on the Rutland offensive side, and had no luck. That's just going to trickle in, and Moss will come out. She'll be in the box, so she can play it with her hands, and we're at 3:48 to go, and this will be a punt for Moss. She hasn't had a lot of kicks out of the air today, and it's a line drive shot. It's a healthy roll, and it'll almost make it to midfield. And now this is where you've got to get the angle defensively. Good job right there. Boucher, nice job, and the shot's going to be wide. Got it into the far side of the inside post, and we'll have a kick coming up for Rutland as in the last 3 minutes, Colchester's outshot the Raiders substantially here.
The Raiders, number 13, Jamie Herbert.
Jamie Herbert back into the game for Rutland, number 13. She's had a nice break over there, and they'll try to use her tremendous speed so they can break her up and out. Again, Colchester playing very well as far as playing a deep safety, not letting any of those Rutland players like Gibo and Herbert get behind them. That's a soft lofted pass to the corner. McGrath with the angle and stays in play. Look at the battle. Nice job. Oh, McGrath. That was decent work right there defensively. And then she'll take advantage of having an opening herself to take a good 10, 12-yard dribble and then send the ball downfield and go out of bounds off from Colchester. And Rutland will take the throw, and McGrath getting all kinds of balls thrown at her. Chooses the one she likes. Got it to her teammate right on the foot, came off hard, and they'll just reverse the ball back. McGrath will settle 6.5-yard pass down to Bond. She'll go to Chen, and Laurel Chen will reverse and lay it out with the left foot. Rollins shortening up the passing game a little bit here, maybe making adjustments to what they've done. Here's Gibo, and just couldn't square around. And again, look, 1, 2 blue shirts on Gibo right there. And again, they've done their homework. They know the numbers to watch and mark, and Gibo definitely number 19, one of them you want to watch out there. So Weed, 21, will get the ball down where she likes it with 1:58 to go before halftime in a 1-1 game. Still plenty of time for a ton of goals to be scored here in this first half. And it'll be Herbert. Got it right at the feet, trapped it down, and sent it to the center of the field. And then go off from Bond's butt and come back to her teammate. She'll go up over the top, and Gibo again turned right into a sea of blue jerseys, and that's going to be sent back out. And that might... I went off from blue. That's going to be a Rutland throw, and Herbert will take the throw herself. And she was looking for Gibo and just put a little bit too much lead on the ball, and they'll be picked back up by Tardella. And she'll hook it out of bounds with 1:24 to go here in this opening half. They've seen Rutland fall behind 1-0 and come back on an Emily Bond goal to tie it up at 1-all. And to be honest with you, the last 6 minutes of play has been just slightly tipped in favor of Colchester. You know, they were still tied at 1. Rutland kind of getting their second breath now, making a late rush here in this first half. Gibo trying to bring the ball back around the inside dribble. Had to go off from a Colchester player, and she'll give the throw up to, looks like Herbert coming down, Jamie Herbert, number 13. Now, like I always mention, and it's a big deal to me, a lot of the sporting events, you see Herbert will sing the national anthem, got a tremendous voice, and it's always, I think it's much better than playing recordings or something. I'm surprised they don't ever sing the national anthem here with a wireless mic down on the field for the soccer game. That'd be cool. But she did it for the Relay for Life this year and just did a magnificent job. That's a great goal kick up to the 45-yard line with 21 seconds to go. If they can just get one over the top here, they'll get possession in deep enough. There's still plenty of time to score. You see that's a great effort by Schindler, and we're at 10 seconds, and it's looking more and more like we're in the half, tied up at 1-all. And both teams are going to be very pleased with a lot of things they did here in this first half, and they'll make the adjustments. And that is the first half of action. Emily Bond, number 15 right there with the only goal for Rutland, tied it up at 1. And we'll follow Emily and the crew over to Coach McClellan and Coppinger. And as soon as they settle on a spot where they're going to have their team meeting, I will lock down and do the roster for you. And it looks like that's going to be their spot. We're close enough, so I'll tell you right now, for Rutland, they have their goalies this year. Well, let me figure out where they're going to go. Coach McClellan settled them down in the far corner here, and I'll just go through the roster real quick. The goalies are Mallory Mollison and Claire Moss. Number 2 is Corey Gibo. Alyssa Petiani is number 3. Number 6 is Leah Houston. 7 is Julia White. Nell Rice is number 8. Megan Schindler is number 9. One of the captains is number 10, Alyssa Roy. Ashley Boucher is 11. Angie Lucien is number 12. Jamie Herbert wears number 13. Laurel Chen is 14. 15, the goal scorer in the first half, Emily Bond. Number 20 is Marissa Serafino. Number 17 is Lauren Lamont Tang. Another captain is number 18, Heidi Robbins. Morgan Gibo, number 19. Kayla Boucher is 21. The third captain is number 23, Kat McGrath. And Megan Blongi is 24. And we'll come back with the opening possession of the second half in a 1-1 game on Channel 15 Sports. Well, you're not going to believe it, but you missed it, because I missed it. Colchester getting the go-ahead goal, 2-1, and it happened 16 seconds into the second half of play, and they'll take their second lead of the game. They had a 1-0 lead, and now a 2-1 lead. And I'm checking to see if that's still Moss in net. It looks like they switched to Mollison in goal, but it was a nice setup, and they'll get the official score here from Ken Nelson in just a second. But it goes 2-1 Colchester with the lead, and that ball will stay in play as we've obviously flip-flopped into the field here. As Blongi trying to work it down, taking a few bumps, getting edged out on the play, and that's going to be popped up and out of play, and it should stay Rutland ball, and it'll be Megan Blongi with the throw on this near side of the field. Kayla Boucher took a lot of the throws going the other way, but she's on the other side of the field right now, and it's going to be taken over by Rutland. They're going to reverse to Bond, who's got the goal for the Raiders. She'll work it to the right and set it down in that vacated corner, and boy, it got congested real fast down there as Tardella came up and was able to get a piece of it and pop it up and out, and it goes to midfield, and then there's a step around. So 16 seconds into the second half, Colchester, you got to take my word for it because you missed a goal. They will get the go-ahead goal at 2-1. And a nice little touch there by Leah Houston, and she'll send the ball out of play, and they'll be quickly put back in on the throw-in by the Lakers in the blue uniforms. And again, they had the early lead, 1-0, and didn't take Rutland more than a couple minutes to respond and get the tying goal at 1-1. And now with the 2-1 lead, we'll see how Rutland will come out. That was a nice possession by the Colchester on that opening. Remember, Rutland had the first touch of the game, first possession, so the second half, just like in football.
Goal scored by number 8, Ashley Mitchell.
Mitchell, number 8, got the goal. Ashley Mitchell. Smith will get the assist, and Mitchell will get the goal. That's going to be followed up by, yeah, it's going to be hands-on, and machine in the box. No, it came from just outside. It's a big moment for Rutland. They'll have a kick right now. Houston will mark the ball down. Bond should strike it. And here comes Emily Bond right now as we have a chance to watch the defensive wall being built in front of Bond. You see Houston and Bond getting set here. As Emily Bond will raise her hands, and she's couldn't clear the wall. Whoa, she's trying to just get enough loft on it. That's going to be sent into the edge and picked up by Hollenbeck. Very seldom do you see on a free kick, a direct kick, that you will see the defensive wall make a block, but Bond just really left it too soft. And so that will be a moment to remember right there on that kick. So Rutland will turn. Good job getting the ball to the outside, and quickly the ball will be put into play. Colchester able to center the ball up, and they do link up. It was a long developing play. Now Leah Houston will turn and try to drive it up to her teammate on that side, which is Gibo, Morgan Gibo, number 19. Took the long route, but she got it to Gibo, and she's going to send it up and over the top looking for the through ball, and it's going to be down to Roy. And so you kind of take a glance around. Roy with possession. Roy, little dance on that side. Now she wants to take it down and come across the inline, and it will be right into the hands of Hollenbeck as she'll make the save. And There was good pressure down in on the goalie if there would have been a bobble or a rebound, and this time kicking into the wind. Not a bad job, really. He was able to get some length on it, then it was headed forward, and as Robbins comes across towards us, she's under pressure the whole way, and that will skid out of bounds, and from about the football 45 is where the throw will take place as the Lakers reestablishing lead at 2-1. And I've yet to hear an announcement on the goalie situation for Rutland, but it does look like Mollison to me, because I can't see the jersey number. And there's the throw. That's Kat McGrath, number 23, getting the ball into play to Bond, and she went to send it through and had it blocked out of bounds, and we'll just move up about 10 yards further than what we were before and take another throw for Rutland. And that bounced between 4 different players, 2 for Rutland and 2 for Colchester, and ends up with the Lakers, and then overcommitment by the defense, and no, did go out of bounds. Good call. They nicked the line, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be put back into the Rutland defensive end. Now it's sent through, and this is the Raiders got to work it to the outside, and they'll push it wide, and you can see Boucher get in position, and that will be picked up, and yep, now I got a number to work with. I do believe that's Claire Moss still, okay. And that's going to skip and be out of play on the far side. So as Colchester tracks down the ball, I'm looking, yeah, they're holding up play actually. Hard to pick the ball up over there with the white tarp in the background and then all the blue jerseys on that bench. And oh boy, that was close. It got past the goalie Moss, and then the Raiders able to scramble around and clear the ball. Petiani in there, number 3 for Rutland. And yeah, they call it an offside on that play, and it should be Rutland. Should be coming up with a Raider kick all the way back on this near side, and that's where they're going to set Robbins. Well, not quite as far as I thought she was going to be, but she is going to launch it up, and boy, what a nice line drive kick, and boy, literally legged down, speared out of the air by the Lakers, and they're coming out just a lot quicker here in this second half. A little more jump in her step, and you could kind of see the way they're reacting. Rutland not a lot of space to work with when they do get possession of the ball, and that's going to be should be a white throw, and Petiani, number 3, will take a dribble, get set, back up, get a little momentum, and let it fly. And again, they'll be in the offensive end now of the Raiders, but everything marked up very well as Petiani will get set again. And that's going to be off from the Lakers as they want to the back of Gibo, and we'll just go 10 yards. We're just working it down a little bit slower than what the Raiders like to do, but they're making it down the field, and that will finally be controlled by Colchester, and goes off from Petiani's foot and right into the Lakers area. Nice little slide tackle, but it's going to be off from Bond out of bounds, and again, they want to pick the pace up and get the throwing going, and they're just waiting to bring Weed over. Oh, it's a kick. That's why. That was what the call was on that tackle. So they peel off. Weed will take the kick. She does the goal kicks also, and now she'll step in. That's a great serve. That's a great serve. Didn't get much out of it, but it sure was well placed and well, the right height, the right speed, and the right location. Rutland able to really clog it up down there on the outside on the top of the box, and we're going to have our third offside call of the game. All 3 have been against Colchester, as Robbins will go down, retrieve the ball, and I believe it'll be Robbins that will take the kick. She wants to come up about another 3 yards forward as she concurs here with the official, and again, the wind nowhere near the velocity it was early in the contest, and thus it's not really affecting any of these kicks that you're seeing, as that's going to be Chen and Houston, 14 and 6 respectively. They got in there and corralled the ball free. Now it's Herbert trying to drive it through, or I believe it was, it's 23 McGrath, I'm sorry. That's going to be Kayla Boucher now, and she will just take a short kick, work it back, ball free, top of the box, off from Robbins, goes over, and Rutland scrambling around right now, get a little loose down in the defensive end as they're trailing 2-1 in the second half. That is Herbert, I'm sorry, number 13. And that will be out of play. We're down to 31:47 to go on the clock, left to play in regulation. Against 40-minute halves, there is overtime if necessary, and if Robbins will step up, and boy, headed right back. Colchester doing a nice job of getting to the ball, seeing the ball, and not letting these exit passes find any space like that right there to get out. And they're just clogging it up, condensing the field back further. And then the takeaway and the shot. Oh, that hit the football goal post is what happened. Yeah, that's out of play. It's a goal kick. See the double goal post? See, the lower bar is soccer and the upper bar is football. And that's what it hit. But she spun free and was all alone on that far side of the box and literally shook hands with the goalie and just roofed it a little bit too much. As Robbins gets set here, the Raiders doing a little more chasing here defensively than what they were in the first half, and that'll be out of bounds, untouched by anybody. We'll have a blue throw coming up. As the Lakers scored early and controlled the flow of the play here. Bond, see, she got around the first defender, and there's nice support there by Colchester. Blangy with the ball now, and she'll just do a little spin move, come back and get it to Gibo. Morgan Gibo had 2 goals against Middlebury, and that just misses the foot of Herbert as she went out to tow it. Now she'll go and battle for it, and that's a good job by Herbert. Oh, we got an injury. Oh, that's not good. Somebody got popped in the nose. Yeah, probably got a bloody nose. Hopefully it's not. It's Morgan Gibo, number 19, and there's the, yeah, they had to wait, and hopefully it's not teeth. Not that a nose would be better, but so they're going to look at Gibo as she got caught, and like I said, she took a pretty good shot to the knee the other night against Middlebury. You see Coach Coppinger and McClellan out there, and Gibo will leave the field, but again, it's in the facial area, and she'll be checked out, and we'll hopefully see her back in the game shortly. Maybe a little ice can repair it. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I'm not even going to speculate. I'm just thinking from a financial and pain side of it, teeth are a lot more expensive to fix than a nose. But she's had a rough first 2 games. And let's see where they'll spot the ball. Okay. Right here. All right, so we're all set to go. And that happened with 30 minutes and 11 seconds. So just about 10 minutes gone in this second half. So they bring in Corey Gibo to replace Morgan Gibo. And boy, nice dribbling. Went right through the defense, kept her balance. Bond using that leverage. Able to get up there, and boy, everything offensively, there's 2 blue shirts on the ball, and we got, ooh. They're going to call that on Rutland. That'll lead to a direct kick here for Colchester, and that's going to go up, and nice catch. All that confusion and chaos on the kick is pre-planned. Kirk Abrahams uses a lot of that deception on his kicks, and it was handled by Moss, and she'll punt, and Rutland have a lot of trouble right now just kind of getting out of their end to even set up an offensive play, and that's going to be off Pettioni. And Colchester with that 2-1 lead, looking for some more. They've had a lot of time in possession here. Of the 10 minutes played in the second half, I would say 8.5 minutes of it have been possessed by the Lakers. Goes around Blangy, the step in by Pettioni, and she'll take it away. Nice job by Pettioni. Then a flying header, and a header by the Raiders the wrong direction will go back, and Pettioni will pick it up now and turn hook, and that will be off from Blangy, out of bounds. In Colchester, really quicker to the ball here in the second half, like that right there. That's Weed. Weed made the move. Weed breaks open, and boy, at the last second, Pettioni got in the way, and Boss will pick it up. And Boucher was back there defensively, also steering away the Colchester player away from the Raider goalie. You can see the foot trap got away from Rutland, and the ball will be dumped down in that far side. And Boucher, 21, trying to take the angle away and deked at the ball, and the shot knocked down by Robbins, and just a jam right there. Everybody kind of got around the ball and couldn't make contact with it. And we'll have a blue throw, and Tardella will take it, and she will go over the top. And again, Rutland with the mark, and Colchester doing a nice job too also. Their spacing's very good. Look at that, 2 Colchester players right down there and on Claire Moss. And I don't know, no, they can't save it. It'll go out of bounds, tried by Roy, but it'll become Laker ball. It's number 11, McFadden will take and get the throw in. But the spacing on the field by the Lakers has been excellent here in the second half, and that's really, the gapping is really what's helped them get set up and be able to create some holes in that Raider defense. They're out doing a lot of chasing right now, and we're going to get a little breather right now as they'll bring in some substitutions.
Number 8, Ashley Mitchell. And number 22, Danny Isabel. And for Rutland, number 8, Nell Rice.
Nell Rice in number 8 for the Raiders. And you can see Laurel Chan just keeping the play going this way, and it's a white throw. No, they're going to go blue throw. Okay. So Colchester with a nice launch, got a 15-yard throw in right there, able to get the ball back inside the 25, and Rutland with the markup right there. Chen coming out and kind of light a fire underneath the Raiders right now. Look at the space up between. They let, not much Moss could do on that, because it's the old adage, you got to get between the ball and the shooter, the goal and the shooter, and they didn't do that, and that was well placed. It makes it 3-1 now. And it's Colchester scoring twice here in the second half to break a 1-1 tie and get the lead on Rutland.
Colchester goal scored by number 13, Kristen Smith.
So Kristen Smith with her second goal of the game. And that's Roy trying to take it in deep on a one-on-one move. Had it taken off her foot and sent back over midfield stripe. And Chen will take the bump, will keep possession of the ball, and then give way to her teammate. And that's going to be Houston, number 6, cut it out on the wing, and that ball will come down. And right now it's just Rutland being able to navigate more than 5-6 yards at a time. That's an over-the-top kick, and Herbert will run underneath it. Herbert wants to line up the cross, and it'll go into the hands of Hollenbeck, and she'll make the save. Played 14 minutes of the second half. Colchester scored 2 goals here. Has a 3-1 lead now over Rutland. They had a 1-0 lead, a 2-1 lead, now a 3-1 lead, and the Raiders' only goal today coming from Emily Bond. That was going to be off from Megan Blange's foot out of bounds, and I'm not sure. Oh, we're having a Colchester substitution coming in for McFadden. You see McFadden leaving the field, and she'll get a little breather.
Substitution number 17, Michelle Warner.
Michelle Warner, 17 in the game now for the Lakers. As that will go out of play. And boy, Rutland just needs right now a little shot of emotion, as they're looking a little tired at this point in the game. And that will be last touch by Chen. Will go out of bounds. We'll have Warner take the throw, and again, she's working from about the 25-yard line when she lets the ball fly. Comes down to Blange, and she wants to wrap it around and spins away from one blue shirt right into another blue shirt and then out of play. And it's very frustrating to the Raiders right now, as you can tell by their reaction. The lack of open space. So that goes up and off from the head and over the top, and Robbins will settle and can't save it. It goes off from the knee of Heidi Robbins out of bounds, and here comes Colchester back on the attack on their offensive side of the field. The official wants them to back up a tad, and they do. And Emily Bond flying through the air with a nice step up, and that's going to be Blange. And Herbert will come over at 13. So you're going to close the gap down, and Raiders right now not really settling and sending the ball with a purpose. That was just to kick the kick, and it comes back into Colchester's possession. And they serve it up, and we have an offside call. 4th offside of the ball game, all 4 on Colchester. And Petiani will give the ball to Robbins, and she will take the kick from, she wants to go about 5 yards further. So the official happy, and the kick underway, and Rutland, as we near the midway point, we're at 24 minutes, and the handball played. Oh, I got a push call. Okay, so we're going to have a kick coming up for the Raiders from the 40-yard line. See Bond set it, see if she'll actually take the kick. And it does look like it'll be Emily that will do the kicking. A long line drive, never made it into the box, got to the top, got hammered down. Colchester trying to get the clear, and there's contact. Both players go down. Petiani will spring back up, ball still free. Roy got a piece of it, and now it'll come back to Bond. Bond desperately trying to keep the ball down on that side. Was double teamed, had taken away to Robbins, and boy, what a nifty move to take it to the inside. Got possession, we'll send it up to the center, and looking for some help. Oh, nice job. Rice right there saved the bacon, and Bond knows it, and the goalie's going to order dinner for that move, and it'll become a thrown on the far side. I kept it on Rice because that was a tremendous defensive play by Nell Rice. But again, it's the positioning, the spacing on the field by Colchester was just superb. And that'll run out of turf, run out of play, and we're going to have to throw. And Rutland try and pick up their tempo a little bit, not the game's tempo, but just their tempo. And we're going to have
Number 12, Angie Lucian.
Lucian back at number 12. Angie Lucian for Rutland getting in. So you get some fresh legs off the bench and in there, and that will be out of bounds. And I believe it becomes a Rutland corner as it will be retrieved by Alyssa Roy, and she will bring it back, and looks like she will actually strike the ball. So at 22:14 to go, Rutland will get a corner, and no, they're going to, I thought so, they're going to Bond come over there, Emily. And she will strike the ball from the right side of the field. And the flag, you see with the wind blowing right up Bond's back, she'll want to bring it out in front of the net a little bit more if they're going to go right at the goal. Never really made it in, didn't have the height, got knocked down, and it is contained by the Raiders. Comes back to Bond. She wants to send it up, and nope, can't get enough hook on it to bring it out in front. She does have a goal today, but that one goes out of bounds. We'll have a goal kick coming up now by Colchester, and it should be, and it still is, Lindsay Wheat, number 21. So as Weed will get set, Rutland trying to get their marks all long. If anything, they wanted to try to drive it short, but Weed will step in. Weed's kicked the ball very well today. She's done a nice job right there, too, with considering the wind was in her face. She was able to get that much distance on the ball. Rutland with the containment. Now they'll try to drive it in, and that's going to be out of bounds. Should be a white throw. Yep, that's what we have. And Petiani will take the throw right here. Number 3, they're back to you. We'll look, search, find, and fire. Look at the 1, 2, 3, 4 shirts right there. Is 4 blue shirts right there is Rutland on the outside of that group watching. All of a sudden, Rutland's lost a little bit of their aggressiveness here. And that's a young team. And they'll find it, but we'll have a throw, and Petiani will just go down and see 5, 10, just about 15 yards further on the spot right here. Now she'll try to go all the way into the box with it, and that'll be headed down and controlled by nobody, and Rutland ricocheting around. Bond will spin to the outside, use the long leg, try to contain the ball. Blangy there, and it actually kicks back through, and it should be a white throw after all that's said and done. It will be a white throw. There are a lot of substitutions to come in. Both teams now with subs on the sideline. Petiani will actually get the ball from Bond. She'll take the throw. And it looks like Kayla Boucher, 21, coming back in for Rutland.
And returning for the Raiders, number 21, Kayla Boucher.
That is Kayla Boucher. So Kayla Boucher will come back in after a rest. 19:50 to go. We've run at the midway point of the second half. Rutland down 2 goals, 3-1. Remember, it's tied at 1-all in the halftime, and that's going to be Bond. Got a knee on it. And that was it, as the Raiders will lose control of the ball, and that will come all the way down to Robbins. She sneaks up the field and hit the chalk, went out of bounds. It'll be a Colchester throw as Werner gets the ball. Werner on a throw-in will get it right to midfield, and then a double team on the trap, and that'll go out from Blangy out of play, and we will have Colchester again with the throw on this near side, the bleacher side of Alumni Field. Tiani has it deflect off the side of her foot and gets it back, turns to the outside, and nice job of using the outside foot. And interesting call, white throw. And now, they need somebody to take the throw, and Petiani will oblige. She'll pick it up, and with 18:51, I'm not sure they're allowing. Okay, Herbert was leaving the game. That's why they stopped. They let the substitution clear the field, and it was Jamie Herbert leaving the game for Rutland. You see kind of ricochet around, but Colchester, as well as they've been spaced offensively, they've marked up very tightly defensively, and they've just been quicker and more aggressive to the ball, and they'll go out of bounds, and it should be a blue throw, and that's what we'll have on the far side. They'll send it back, and Tardella now will get set for the Lakers. I haven't seen Morgan Gibo come back into the game since she left just about 13 minutes ago now. And they'll get the running start, and they want to go into the box. She wanted all the hustle hump she could get on the throw. And it does eventually get there, but that was well marked up by Rutland. They just want to get scrambling on there. It's the clear by Robbins up ahead, and I'm looking for a number right there. That's Morgan. Okay, so she's back out there. Number 19 snuck in on me. Didn't get to see her, but Gibo is out on the field. That was her that was in pursuit of the ball. And I don't see any tape on her nose or anything, so that's a good sign. Maybe she'll have a shiner tomorrow or something, but that will be Gibo right there. And that's Petiani picking it right on midair and sending it down the field just a tad, and she'll take the throw. Number 3 right in front of you is Alyssa Petiani. She's got good distance on that. Nice header to drive it in a little bit deeper as Gibo will pursue, get there just a second late. Forces the kick out of bounds zone. Rutland will have possession. Petiani will come in and take the throw. And it's okay because she's working it down to position now where if she wants to go at the box, she can. And that is off from the head and out of play of the Raiders, and it'll become a goal kick for Colchester. 16:40 to go in the second half of play. Colchester the only scores here in the second half, 2 goals.
Raiders would like to thank the ball girls for today's game. Ellie McCarroll, Amy Tono, Amy Muse, and Emily Laura.
And it's the crowd acknowledging the ball girls for today's game, and nice job. They are an intricate part of keeping the game moving along, and they work hard out there, run up and down the field, retrieving all the loose balls that go out of bounds. Tell you, it's never too late to come back in a game, but tell you, right now in soccer, Rutland has to have the next goal. If there is going to be a next goal, it's got to be Rutland. And on the push, the Raiders will have the ball, and Robbins will get set, and that's a good kick. It's well defended, though. You can see there was no space for a Raider. It's just a blue shirt that popped up. Got in there, and that's going to be sent in. Squirts through. Robbins will turn fire, and Colchester. Tell you, the Raiders 7 goals the other night. They look very flat offensively today. And I know it's a different opponent, a different game, but again, with all that quickness they have, they actually do seem tired. And Tardella will take the throw. And like I said, Colchester coming out with just a lot more getting to the loose balls, controlling the middle of the field, and just doing a nice job here in the second half. That's over the top, and again, that's, you can see the umbrella defense they have back on that, and it's been a tough ball for Rutland today is to get somebody free and long, and that's a good move. That was Tardella that did it, and looking for Gibo, and she'll take the bump, be out of bounds, and it will be a blue throw. Yes, it will. Again, you can see Boucher get there. Now Bond, who's played an excellent game, will step up and keep trying to push the momentum backwards here. And a double header, and yep, they'll cross patterns, and Petiani will take the bump, no call on a play, and they'll let him go through, and they're looking for Gibo, but that might be a little bit of too much of a lead even for her, and they'll go out of bounds, and that's going to be Colchester with a throw. It'll be Warner, number 17. With 14-17 to go in this soccer game. And again, watch the speed pull away here. Yeah, she's gotten behind the defense, and they're going to be one-on-one, and saved by Moss. Oh, Moss came out to the center of the box and was going to make her commit left or right. And basically did a nice job of getting down on the ground and making a save. So Claire Moss with a big save right there to keep it at 3-1. Like I said, if there's going to be a next goal and it goes to Colchester, it's one of those where, yeah, you still can come back, but you're making it awful hard on yourself. That's why the next goal to be scored, if it is for Rutland, it's imperative that it becomes a Rutland goal. Offside, yeah. She did pull away from Petiani, and that is going to be an offside, and I've lost track of whether that's number 5 or 6 on the game, but they have all been against Colchester today, and Robbins will come back and just give the ball a little smidging of a move forward. That'll come over to Petiani, and before the defense could get there, she'll turn and fire. But again, it's the pressure of the defense, the quickness of jumping out on Petiani and the Raiders that made the quick decision and then the misplay on the ball, and that's saved in bounds. Nice play by Boucher, Kayla Boucher, and blue ball. Yep. And again, see how fast they get things started. They want to bring it back to the inside, and Moss gambled and got helped out. Leah Houston. Where is she? Right there, number 6. Oh, yeah. That's 2 dinners now. Claire Moss, the goalie, owes Houston dinner after that save. And I was watching the play down here, and boy, they got the ball in the play so quick and got a handball. I thought so, yeah. Okay, so we come a Rutland kick on the handball, and Heidi Robbins is going to tie her shoe up. Leah Houston will go back and bring the ball. Asks the official, and he says, right there is good. So Houston will get set to step into this with 12:16 to go in the soccer game. And that was a good kick. Got it up and over midfield, and then it's off from the Lakers players, and Roy will go to the bench, take a breather. She's getting set for the throw. Now she will...
Raiders number 14, Laurel Chen, returning.
No, she's staying in the game. It's going to be Blongi coming out, and Roy stays in the game. And on a return kick, it's nudged away and out of bounds, and then there'll be Rice with the throw, and that's going to be into a crowd of people. And will it stay? Nope. They'll take the throw in and work it down to that far corner, trying to bring it back around on the inside wrap, and boy, just well defended. So again, maybe a goal here would energize Rutland, as they've been doing a lot of chasing here. 1 step behind Colchester the entire second half. And that's going to be Lucian out there, number 12. She's able to get to that loose ball and work it down to Roy. Roy can lay it out nicely. Jibo pinned up on the corner, and then there's a whistle on the play, and I believe we'll get should be a kick, I believe. Yeah, that's what we have for Rutland. And then a push call, and we're going to have a kick coming up for the Raiders. And it's going to be Roy that will take it, and looking for the spot. Okay. Not really a bad angle at all. It's almost like a corner. Actually, it's better than a corner because she's away from that. She's got a better angle to go at the net here than she does on an actual penalty corner. Or penalty kick, I'm sorry. And that's headed. Nope, it's going to be grabbed. And did it stay on the inline? Yeah, I didn't know if it went through the inline because that would become a corner kick. But goalie Hollenbeck, I'm sorry, will make the save. And that was the first offensive chance for the Raiders that I can remember of here in the second half, as they've been pretty efficiently shut down here in the second half with 10 minutes to go in the soccer game. So they get set for the kick. It'll be Houston again. Boy, and again, got good depth, good carry on it, and now the follow-up and support, and then the kick out on the challenge. And Rutland will go to Petiani, and she will come over to Chen. Oh, nice swivel. Being able to swivel around, get it to Jibo. And Jibo looking for a little space to break down the defender. Will slice it to the middle of the box. Tardella got a head on it, drove it back out to Houston. She'll knee it further to the wide, trying to take it back to the inside now. And she's again spacing defensively, really staying there on the mark. And it'll go out of bounds off from Houston. And we'll have a goal kick coming up for Colchester with 9.5 minutes to go in the soccer game.
Colchester substitution, number 7, Marissa Harris.
As we get set, the ball on the far side of the box.
For the Raiders, number 24, Megan Blongi. And number 23, Kat McGrath.
Kat McGrath and Megan Blongi back in the ballgame for Rutland. Blongi 24, McGrath 23, and this is Robbins 18 chasing the ball down. Then turn to the outside, and whoa, awful crash and burn over there. No whistle on the play, and Colchester player is up and back in the play. Well, I missed it too. I'm not really sure what that was about. I'm not sure. I can't make anything up for you right there what had happened. Houston had the ball, tapped it out of bounds, and it led to a throw-in by Colchester, and I don't have a clue as to why. Rutland with the throw now. There'll be McGrath 23 with it. And that will be out of play now. It should be Tardella, yeah, and she'll quickly. See how nice tempo they have. Get the ball, get it in, get it going. the Lakers with that 3-1 lead, and Bettiani able to get it to Bond momentarily, and now settled back down by Colchester, and they're trying to punch it through the middle. And that was one step away from being a nice through ball. That's a great angle by Bettiani defensively there. As Rutland needing something pretty quick here to happen as they're running out of time. And they're having a lot of problems with this Lakers aggressiveness and their size, and they've got equal speed now. Ricochet right into the hands of Moss. I think Moss has played very well today in net. And really good punt right there. Going to come out to the Lakers zone. They'll go backwards to go forwards. They'll find a little more space to deal with, and see Bond fake left, go right, and then punch it up through the middle. Did get it on the foot of a teammate, and it was Blongy she got it to, but again, blue jersey right there when she turned to go up the field. Chen, but she has played so well today. Laurel Chen is tough, let me tell you. There's one of the ball girls, and she'll get the ball up to Warner, and she'll retrieve it, step back out. 6:59 left in this 3-1 Colchester lead in the soccer game. As Jibo got there, turned and works it down to Chen, and they come on the side to Jibo, and Jibo, probably the most space she has seen today, will send the ball in, and just no support coming up on that cross, and it'll be picked up by Hollenbeck. And boy, I tell you what, her best punt of the day is the wind has died down here in the second half. And that will be out of play. Should be a blue throw, and that's what we're going to get going right here. So we don't allow a sub to come in, but that's Nettie, number 19 right there with the ball. So Nettie will take the throw, and Colchester going to make that long ride down. That's actually about an hour and 45-minute ride. An hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. Not a bad ride at all. Go up around Lake Champlain on 127. So Jibo's got the ball under control on the dribble, and that's a nice ball. Tardella there, though, and she'll beat the Raiders to the ball and drive it up and out, and we will have a Rutland throw as they're searching for someone to take the ball, and it'll be Leah Houston on that far side. And it's going to stay Rutland as they both went for it. It was touched by Colchester with 5.5 minutes to go. Houston will get the ball under control and get set for the throw-in on that far side. Number 6 is Leah Houston with the ball. Boy, Rutland able to get it in the box and a couple of headers, and Hollenbeck right there. Again, no problem seeing the ball, getting the ball, and she'll get set for the punt. And again, not bad job at all. As that'll be off from the head of Robbins, out of bounds, and we'll take the throw as Nettie, 19 now, will handle this duty, it seems, the rest of the soccer games. Warner had a try at it earlier, and Tardella did quite a bit of it, and that's going to be coming down. And again, see how Rutland waited for the ball to come settle and let Colchester get it instead of attacking that 50-50 ball. They've been a little complacent today. And that's dumped up over the top, and Blongy's got a little speed going. She's got 2 players to beat. She drags it past the first, works to the outside on the second, and should be a corner. Yeah, I'm waiting to see. Yeah, it's going to be Bond's going to take the corner. So Emily Bond coming over to the near side. Now I think this will be the first time that they'll serve up from the near side on a corner. So Roy coming in as a sub as they get set for this corner kick with 4:16 to go. And boy, if they could just pull a rabbit out of a hat, they would need the 3-1 time ticking down. They've been very flat today. They would love to punch one in right here in the corner. And that's still in the box, and ricochets around. It's popped up, and Bettiani follows it up again, staying with it, and it's going to be an interesting call. He says white ball, and right now just no sense of urgency on the Rutland side. They're kind of, it's like a 2-minute drill in football. They're not really getting to the ball and getting things in play and getting it going, letting the clock tick down. And that's going to be off from Jibo out of bounds, and with 3:36 to go, it'll become goal kick for Colchester. And Weed's not in there. I don't believe that's 21 now. I'll have to wait till she turns. That's Freeburg. That's number 20. So it'll be Freeburg taking the goal kick. It was Weeds earlier in the contest, and with 3:20 to go, Colchester getting a lot of people playing time now. And Only makes you a better team later on in the year. And on 2 kicks, Colchester got it wide and got it out, got it in the offensive end, and that's going to be a Rutland throws. Robbins got there and they'll boot it up and out. We'll have a Rutland throw right in front of the Colchester bench, and it did stay in play. It's hard to see over there on that far side as they contested on the far side. The Raiders will try to get that thing under control. Emily Bond with the only goal today for Rutland. Got control of the ball there, and again got it down in the corner, but just a Laker there. Now the follow up by Bond, and nice little push pass on that side, looking for her teammate to hook up with. Gibo on a giveaway, and taken off her foot the last second. Right when she set it up. I think it's Lucia not there. And boy, Bond came out and was challenged, and the ball was just stymied on her. Up, and boy, nice job fighting through by Gibo. Waited for the ball to be playable and headed it 4-10, and 2:10 to go, and should be Rutland throw. Petiani coming out number 3, and she will look for Emily Bond. It was leaving a little bit too long for Bond. Chen coming all the way across the field. We'll get it to Roy. She will shoot, and that was it deflected? No. Going to become a goal kick. Wasn't sure the way it reacted. Came off flat, if it hit a defensive player up in front or not, but so with a minute 45 to go, Colchester will have the kick taken by Freeburg, and this time she's going to go to the far side of the box.
Laker substitution, number 14, Sarah Rochelle.
It's a line drive kick, and it found just enough space to get onto a Laker foot, and that's able to send it in deep. And on the run, on the fly, on the far side, you see the Raiders get there. They'll come back down. They'll be just gently lifted, and nope, it'll be out of play on the track on the far side. And we're down to 72 seconds to go in what appears to be Rutland's first regular season defeat of the year. Colchester came down. It was a 1-1 tie at halftime, and boy, they scored real quick. Colchester did in the second half to take a 2-1 lead, and they were really blunt about it. They dominated the second half. They dictated the tempo, controlled the middle of the field, and were just winning the 50-50 balls. Oh yeah, that hurt to watch. It was inadvertent, but it's still painful, and that will stop the clock as Tardella will be attended to. Hopefully it's just got the wind knocked out and should be okay here in just a second. So Rutland, after that 7-4 win, looking at a 3-1 deficit right now, has a little team gathering. Claire Moss has gone the distance in net, done a nice job. Mallory Mollison is the second goalkeeper. Corey Gibo is number 2. Number 3 is Alyssa Petiani. 6 is Leah Houston. Number 7, Julia White. Nell Rice is 8. Megan Schindler is number 9. Captain number 10 is Alyssa Roy. Ashley Boucher is 11. Angie Lucian is 12. 13, Jamie Herbert. Laurel Chen, 14. Emily Bond got the goal today. She's 15. Megan Blangy, 24. Captain Kat McGrath is number 23. Kayla Boucher, 21. Morgan Gibo, 19. Captain Heidi Robbins, 18. Lauren Lamontagne, 17. And number 20 is Marissa Serafino. And they're going to have just like a jump ball here, a kick ball, with 45 seconds to go in the soccer game. And Bond won the kick ball, got it back, and that's Gibo in the corner. And remember, she got popped in a facial area. It seems to be all right now. McGrath asking for a ball with down to 30 seconds to go, and Rutland will go back to the practice fields after Labor Day. And no, defensively, they really did not do a bad job at all. You know, the 3 goals in soccer, I guess, is quite a bit, but overall, I mean, they played much better defensively tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, than they did the other night against Middlebury in their 7-4 win. It's a, you know, it's a building process. So as we count it down to 3 seconds, 2, 1. There it is. Congratulations to Colchester. They will win 3-1. So from Alumni Field, it'll be Rutland being beaten by Colchester in a non-league game on Channel 15 Sports. So you can get out there, support your student athletes, attend a game in person. Always turn on Channel 15 PEGTV, and always get out there and support Munger Vision. God bless America.